Hello, everybody. Welcome to our final roundtable of this series. So excited and happy to have you all here. Cannot wait for you guys to hear what is about to come. I'm so lucky that I actually just took the stage because I really want to say some awesome things about the person that we are interviewing today and the person we get to hear from today, who is Christian, Gemma's amazing husband. And I've had the privilege to get to know him on such an amazing level. We are just kindred spirits. Him and my husband are besties. We've spent so much time together. And the more I learn about Christian, the more and more we just love him so much. And he's been somebody who has been a massive support within our community. But from day one of Gemma and I and Jen coming up with this idea to create this community for women, he's been on board from day one. I mean, even before we started to create the community 5 years ago, he was like, let's do this. Let's figure out how to create this area where people can be successful in trading, how we can make it easy for them, how they can, just live their best lives. And he has been like step in step with us the entire way. And so we're so lucky and so blessed to have him in our team and more recently here full time with us, really just pushing the bar and raising our community to new levels every single day. So it's going to be a wild, amazing ride. He's finally been able to retire from his job. He works with us now full time. He does all of our back end systems. You guys know that he's the one that actually built our indicator from scratch, learned everything there is to know about coding, about analyzing and building, and even back testing and proving out our system. And he's just been such an amazing part of our team. And we're so, so lucky and so blessed to have him with us. And I can't not wait for you guys to hear what he's been working on literally 24/7. This man does not sleep. He is just constantly building, innovating, dreaming, and really working hard for us, but especially all of you guys. So, Christian, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to
Thank you,
hear from
Amanda.
you.
That's that's really, really nice. And coming from Amanda, who's led the way for everybody here, and we're just so grateful for you and Jen and everybody and Cole. And we're such an amazing team, and I'm so glad to be a part of it, even in the background. And sorry, I'm really nervous. I haven't done this in a while. And I used to, I've been trading for a long time. And back in the day when we started, we did binary trading with,
Mhm.
right, 6 years ago now.
Any OGs on the call with us? Let us
Yes.
know if you remember those days.
Yeah, and so I've been trading for years now, 6 years, and I've done thousands, tens of thousands of trades. And
Mhm.
back then we were doing binary trading, which is a lot of fun, like, gets the heart racing and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
But it's a good place to start to learn. But now when I look back, I think about, the reason why we did this was all of the mistakes that we made were like, man, we didn't have to make those mistakes if we only just knew what to do.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
and so that's sort of been the reason why we're doing what we're doing, and the reason why I'm in the background thinking, okay, how could we make this easier? Or how what could I've learned from that?
Mhm.
Jim and I and Amanda, we did live trading, binary trading back in the day, and we became really successful at it. And
Mhm.
one of the biggest drop moments of my life was spending so much time building an account through a broker that was unregulated. And I was on the pathway. I was new to trading, but I was doing extremely well, and I was just
Mhm.
smashing it. And I was on the pathway, and I knew it. I was like, I'm going to be a millionaire from trading. I know it because
Mhm.
I was just doing it every day. I was just
Mhm.
on a roll. And then
Mm.
and then I started doing a couple of small withdrawals, and that was fine. But then when we went to go and do a big withdrawal from our account, they
Mhm.
started mucking me around, and they started
Mhm.
saying, "Oh, sorry, it's going to take a few more days. It's going to take a few more days." And then it just ended up taking weeks, and then it turned into months. And I tried to find different third parties to help me get my money that I'd earned over such a long period of time and putting in so much effort. And I just never got it back because I used an unregulated crappy broker that I should have never
Hmm.
used, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so, and that was a huge hit to my trading journey.
Hmm.
You spend all that time doing that, and it's all for nothing. It was all for nothing in the end, and so I had to restart, and and then the binary trading is it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
You can get away if you're very, very disciplined, go in and
Hmm.
do a couple of trades a day like you're supposed to,
Hmm.
but it's extremely hard. Like it
Hmm.
is so hard to go in and just do a few trades and walk away.
Yeah.
And I found, and I think Amanda learned this first, and that's why she started doing more swing trading and the daily system. And the daily system actually, all of these years in the background, I've been doing a lot of back testing in various ways, and I'm now
Hmm.
using AI to help us with back testing, and I'll show you guys a little bit more about that in a moment. But I have the privilege to spend full time, like Amanda says. I literally spend 14 hours a day just
Hmm.
learning, and I'm developing things that I'm hoping will help everybody. But Amanda's strategies was her daily strategy was really the base, the foundation from this that got me dreaming again after losing all my account and my mojo, because it is just that it's been so simple. And when I actually started backtesting it, something you got to know is that strategies evolve over time, and a
Hmm.
strategy will rarely ever stay the same for a very long time. There's this thing called drift, and
Hmm.
your average strategy can drift within 6 months to a year and a half. Some of them might last 2 years, but you have to make small tweaks along the way to keep your strategy relevant to the current market. And that's what Amanda has been doing over the last few years. I think in 2024, when the strategy was the EMA cross and the retest,
Hmm.
really basic strategy, that for that year was just such an amazing year.
Hmm.
It was just so fine tuned. You could take every single trade and you could trade on so many different symbols, and it was extremely profitable. It just blew
Hmm.
me out of the water, and that's what
Hmm.
me that that got me going. Like, man, you can spend 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. You don't have to do I was doing hundreds of trades a day sometimes, seriously. And now and so I started back testing that and realizing, wow, okay, this is the right way to do it. I'm
Hmm.
not saying that scalping is the wrong way. You definitely need scalping to learn. The more trades you do, the more you look at a chart, the more it becomes intuitive. Like there was that
Yeah.
time where I could look at a chart and I could just be like, yeah, buy, bang, and it would just go.
Hmm.
And that comes from scalping. So I definitely, if you're a scalper, I'm not putting that down, but I think for someone like me that gets a bit anxious and stuff, then I think the daily one is the best. Anyways, I'm rambling a bit, and I kind of got thrown in here last minute. It was like, oh, we'll just do another round table, and Christian, you're going to be doing it. So here I am. I haven't really prepared much, and I guess is there any
Well,
questions that you guys want to ask me before I move on to showing what I want to show?
I think the reason we kind of chucked you in here and decided that you were the man for the job was just the fact that you can see into the future. You take what Gemma, Amanda, myself, Corinne, our team sees, we're very visionary, and you are the put it to action, put it, the steps to reality. You like
Yeah.
make it, come into the 3D reality for us. And so um, I think, your humbleness, your humility in all of it, you're like, I don't want to be front and center, but if you're going to have me be, you have so much valuable and valid information that I'm so excited for you to bring out to the ladies today. Is I guess as we get started, I would love to, what would you like to share with them first? Because we have a few different things that are coming. So go ahead and talk a little about what you're most excited about, and we can go from there, maybe.
Yeah, there's a couple of things, and I won't spend too long on them. But the one of the things that's really difficult as a new trader, I don't know how many new traders are here and how many have been around for a long time, but when you're a new trader, and especially if you're maybe tech challenged, that can be a real roadblock to
Hmm.
becoming successful, because trading does take a bit of tenacity and a bit of time. And if your ability to Sorry, our little dog is trying to get into the
It's
room.
fine. Just leave it. Keep going.
If your ability to find the right tools, that's a huge part of it. Finding the right tools, finding the right broker. I learned the hard way. No, you're gonna have to open that. I'm sorry. A little.
We can't hear it. You're good.
Yeah, but I think
She's
it's distracting him.
yeah, it's distracting me. She's like a little lap dog, and she can't handle not being near us. And anyways, Um, so that just the having the right tools and the knowledge and just a little bit of education on what the simple things, the real little things, those can be a big roadblock for you right at the beginning of your trading journey, and it could mean make or break for you to actually become successful. And so what I've been trying to work on for you guys is overcoming that. So this, if you've been here around a while, I'm sure you'll get some value out of it, but this really is going to be useful for newcomers. And I'm just going to share the screen here. I haven't done this in a while.
Drum roll.
Get excited, ladies. This is good.
Share the screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Just
Yes.
open up the chat and you can see them talking as well.
Okay. So
This is the first of many. So this is the first thing we're going to talk about.
yeah. Okay. So I've been sort of building and doing things in the background here for a little while, and there's a few things. There's a lot more on the works, but there's a few things that I can sort of talk about now and release. So this is just it's a tool to help you find brokers, prop firms, and different trading tools to suit your region, where you are, what you're trading, futures, crypto, etc., and your style of trading, whether you're wanting to do scalping, etc. And it looks a little bit complicated, but really you just come here, you choose where you're from. So from being in New Zealand, it's been a real struggle. Like being in trading communities, people would recommend, oh, I love this broker. It's great fees and it's just so easy to use and intuitive. And then we go on and no, not allowed in New Zealand. And it happens quite often. And so it might not be a problem for all you guys, but for us it is. And so, and people from the United Kingdom, etc. But you just select your region. You can choose the type of broker that you want, crypto, prop firm, etc. And then you can do regulated, non-regulated. Now, I had a bad experience with a non-regulated broker, but there are a lot of non-regulated brokers out there that have a lot of social proof, and most prop firms are not regulated. They've got social proof. So this is just taking the best of the prop firms and brokers that actually came from the community. So what we've done is we've just taken all the information and all the recommendations from within the community, the ones that people love, the ones that people have had success from, and we've graded them and ranked them. And we've also used AI to search and find reviews and other sources of rank validation, and combined it all into one sheet. So if you are looking for a prop firm, there's a few that we have affiliates with, like so TradingView and TradeStation. These are the ones that we use all the time. But yeah, I'll share this. It'll actually be a part of the TFW website. So it'll just be a part of that, and you can jump on there if you're looking for any tools in particular. That's going to be really helpful for you, and hopefully will keep you all safe. Obviously there's no guarantees for anything, especially unregulated ones, but that's got the backing of a lot of people. So I hope that'll be useful to you guys.
Everybody's so excited in the chat.
Yeah, the chat is excited. Everybody's saying this is gold. So stoked for this. This is epic. So cool. What a gift. So we are so excited for that first thing.
Okay. And then
next thing.
He is a
Ooh.
genius, Andrea. He is.
This is the real drum roll. This is another.
It looks, and this is not actually the end product yet. I'm going to need another week. We're still testing things, but it is really there in the sense of that I know that it can help people. The bones are there, and so I just got to make it look pretty and fix a few things, and then we can launch it. But it's a chatbot. But it's literally having, Gemma, Jen, Amanda, and Corinne in your pocket, and the entire community in your pocket. It literally has taken all of the information from all of the calls. They're automatically transcribed and they're put into a database and organized and filtered in a way that the chatbot can retrieve information. It knows the community and the system probably better than anybody does. even Amanda.
Hmm.
And so it's it is AI, and AI has a few quirks that you have to work through, which we're working through now. Sometimes AI hallucinates, like it'll just make something up if it doesn't know the answer. But we can put guardrails, and I'm learning more about these things, and so this is very close to being launched. I think probably next week we'll at least do it to a small test group, and I want to do it to a few test subjects just to get a bit of feedback from them and improve it a bit more, and then we can release it to everybody. But essentially, it's a chatbot. It's going to have a voice prompt and voice mode as well, which I'm working on. But you can basically ask it anything about TFW. You can anything at all, and it's going to give you answers and links and suggestions. You can ask it things outside of TFW, basically anything that's been discussed, like what's a great broker to use in such and such? How do I set up my such and such broker? So it's going to help, especially with new people like the people that I mentioned before, who might be a little bit overwhelmed or technically challenged or just have no clue where to begin. It's going to be helpful for that. I'm not sure how it's going to be helpful to people who are already extremely experienced, but I still think that, even Amanda doesn't know everything about the community. This thing does. So you should be able to find some sort of.
It's gonna be great because it's sometimes I know a lot of you guys is like, where do I find this video? Or I know one of the calls that mentioned this, but now I can't find it. It's like we want to a lot of the time when we've tried to remove videos, you guys have been like, no, don't you dare remove videos. But now there's so many videos. So at least this way as well, it's gonna be able to reference video links. It's gonna be able to help you guys just peel back the overwhelm and just give you the ability, even if you're in the middle of a trade or you're struggling with something, you're now going to be able to have us in your back pockets just to help out as much as possible. So
Yeah, it's
we're
really
really
cool.
excited for this.
We're so excited. And yeah, to answer people who are asking. So yeah, if you type in a question, it'll come back and say, here's the answer. Here's where it's discussed in this video at this time. Here's where it's discussed in this video at this time. And it directly links to specific trainings where we have taught that specific subject. So it's really, really, really complex and amazing.
So
There you
I've
go.
just asked it what is a fair value gap, and it
Mhm.
tells you what the fair value gap is within the context of how Trading for
It's
Women
taught.
uses fair value gaps, and then
Mhm.
it ranks things based on the recent, like how recent the information is on a call, and how much interaction that call has had. It's got different ways of ranking the information. Obviously, fair value gaps have been spoken about in many different training calls,
Mhm.
but it's going to decide, and it's something that I'll tweak as we go along. It'll give you a link to find the most recent, most relevant section of video to go and learn more about whatever your topic is.
It
So
even
yeah, so it's
gives
pretty
you a
cool.
little motivation and mindset too. It pulls in some Gemma and like I was testing it yesterday, I'm like, I'm ready to give up. What do I do? And it was like, don't you dare give up. Go watch this video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah.
So good.
Um, right now, obviously, it's you guys are asking like advanced, like, will it give trader ideas? Can we eventually upload charts and stuff? That is like 2.0, 3.0.
These are all
Mhm.
things.
This is kind of base level.
Yeah.
It gets a lot more complicated when it goes into you being able to upload your charts and it responding and giving feedback and stuff like that. But honestly, this is us sitting in manifestation of what is to come next, when
Mhm.
and how and if. Who knows? But that is what we're future pacing this to hopefully one day be, where you can upload your charts and be like, hey, these are the trades I took. What do you think? Or whatever potential, if we're live trading, or if we want to, like Amanda goes over the Sunday broadcast and says, hey, these are the trades that was potentially setting, that maybe it will come through on Sunday and say, hey guys, here are the trades. That's the type of thing with vision casting in this. But at least for now, we're always like, how do we keep this easy and fun, right? Like, what's our motto? Trading gets to be easy and fun. And so
Mhm.
everything we build on the back end is from that perspective. And this keeps it easy and fun because now it kind of has brought that barrier lower for you guys to gain access to all the information. So that's
Yeah.
really cool.
But yeah, I love those, like the ideas of uploading your photos and all that sort of thing. These are all things that we've got in the pipeline. They're a bit it's complicated ideas, and so we've got to decide what we want to prioritize. But when I release this chatbot, I'm going to have a little feedback thing where I can absorb the ideas from the community, and then that will help us to focus on what you guys want us to focus on. So that'll be cool. That'll be inbuilt. So
Okay, the next thing.
then the next thing.
Before you go there, let's just talk about this because I think this next thing is pretty hectic.
I was just going to talk quickly about the indicator.
Okay,
So the
yes.
indicator, obviously, there's I don't have it on my laptop, unfortunately, but we're going to release the updated indicator with the higher time frame fair value gaps. That's ready to go. And then it'll be also simpler. So you'll have, I think it's a bit of overwhelm, especially for people who don't know what they're looking at. When you open up the indicator for the first time, you can choose, do you want to do scalping? Do you want to do intraday? Or do you want to do the daily, the swing trade? And you can just select those, and it's going to just by default select on the EMAs and the signals that mostly would be mostly recommended for those timeframes. So a little bit of less overwhelm. And then you can also customize it however you like. So you can select I'm scalping, and it's going to put the default EMAs and default signals on there. But then you can go and decide, hey, I want to have this higher time frame fair value gap also. And you have a play around with it. In my back testing, fair value gaps are one of the biggest signals for predicting trades. So fair value gaps are very powerful, which is why they're part of the strategy. So yeah, anyways, I don't have that to show here, but it's ready and it'll be released or today or tomorrow or something.
That's going to simplify things so much because I'm the one where I put, my daily and then I put my lower time frame and how it's all going to be just one click. Like humans want efficiency to be able to continue to show up. And so Christian, you developing that is so helpful. We're all so excited.
That's your ideas. I'm just doing it. I'm just using AI to do it. So my pleasure. But yeah, that leads us on to sort of the next thing, which is something that I've been working on now for months, like day in, day out, day in, day out. And it's so that oh, did you want to say something before I?
No, you start.
Sorry,
No, it's fine.
Say
No.
Sorry. So it's the trading landscape is changing a lot right now with AI coming into the space. And I'm getting bombarded left, right, and center. Try this strategy, try this. And I actually take them, and I've got my AI set up where I can send it messages, and it can take that and it can turn it into a strategy, and it can backtest it for me. And so this is the sort of level that we can work on now. But the reason for this call is for us to let you guys know that luckily I've got all the time in the world and I love doing this. It is my favorite thing in the world to backtest and tweak and change, and I can just do it all day. I am living my best life. And because I've got this opportunity, it means that we are going, we're staying on the edge of what is happening right now. In fact, I don't think there's many. I mean, there's a few pretty hard out traders in the world, and there's a lot of people. So I'm not claiming to be one of the top, but I've got a lot of time, and I spend a lot of time on this backtesting tool, which I've been building for the.
Okay, start at the beginning. So before we dive into this, because this is hectic. Okay, so ladies, just relax because you're about to get real sweaty when he talks. But honestly,
I get sweaty when I talk about it.
So, because honestly, when we were all together not that long ago in the US, we're talking about what's the future and how do we honestly, this man, I can hand on my heart say, like, he wants your success. I think maybe even more than you want it. Like, he sits there and he's always just like, how can I help these women? I want them all to be successful. What can we do? Honestly, his heart is just to see you guys be the most successful traders you can ever be. And I think the more he's dived into AI, the more he's gone, okay, what is the future of trading look like? And we all know, I think there will still be manual trading, but I think a lot of the future in the trading ecosystem is actually going to be bots and AI. As much as I kind of almost hate to say that, it is, I think, just what the train has left the station. We either jump on board or we get left behind. And so our philosophy is, well, let's jump on, see what this ride's going to be like and see if we can be part of it. And so he's jumped on the train, and like we've said, he spends all day long figuring stuff out. What this man is able to do, I know AI is crazy right now, but I think he's just got a genius brain that can understand it. And he's really stubborn, which I think makes it really good because he can like push the boundaries because he doesn't give up. And he's like, no, I'm not taking that for an answer. No, I'm continuing to push the boundaries of what you're telling me is possible. And so one night he woke up the next morning and he was like, Amanda, Gemma, Jen, I had a dream. I've been doing this wrong this whole time. I woke up in the middle of the night and I had to go sit. We call it Adam. He calls his AI Adam, okay? And he's like, I had to go sit with Adam and I came up with this idea and I think it's so fun.
It's Adam and Eve, so.
But anyway, so I just thought I want to give you that context into what this is, and then you can kind of say about what aha moment you had in your dreams that night and how you've been able to kind of start making that dream a reality.
Yeah. So it literally did happen like that. So I've been back testing using third-party back testers and things like that for a while now. But since diving into AI, I started building my own back testing engine and to try and find strategies or tweak strategies or find out which way the market is moving currently so that we can make subtle tweaks if we need to. But the first backtesting engine that I built, it was like, if I was to give it an analogy, it's kind of like you take a strategy and then you're kind of you add things to it or you take things away from it and you're kind of waiting in the dark to try and find an optimized version of it. It's which is the way that most third-party backtesting engines work. You get a strategy, you add to it, or you take away from it to try and optimize it. But I had this aha moment in my dream in America, and I woke up and I was like, I'm doing it all wrong. I'm waiting in the dark. What I should be doing is something different. And so the idea was that you take a look at the market. Like, let's just say you've got a retest happening right now, and you take a snapshot leading up to that signal. You take a couple of snapshots leading up to that signal, and at the time of taking that winning trade, you're taking snapshots, but what you're taking snapshots of is all of the data in the market. So your different EMAs, your fair value gaps, your RSI, there's thousands of different data feeds that are in the market at any one time. Thousands. And so I've got about 200 that I track right now. And so what we're doing is we're taking a strategy, we're backtesting it on past markets, and then we're taking a look at all of the winning trades and all of the losing trades, and we're seeing what makes those winning trades and what makes those losing trades. What additional things are happening in the thousands of data that's coming through the market at the time of the trade. What are the factors that are consistent across the winning trades, and what are the factors that are consistent across the losing trades? Because trading is there's different symbols, there's different brokers, there's trending markets, different markets. It's a very complicated topic, but by doing this snapshot, instead of waiting around in the dark, it's kind of taking a wider approach to this. And I built this engine, and it's been showing some amazing results, but unfortunately my computer couldn't handle it. So then I had to shut it all down, and I've now rebuilt it on a much more powerful cloud-based engine, which is now just being finished. And now I'm starting to turn it back on again to start generating strategies. Now, the one thing is I'm excited about this. I'm super excited about this, and it's already starting to trade for me live now as I'm testing this. And I've got so much confidence in what we're doing is going to be amazing. But I also want to put a caveat in there that as much as I am trying my best, and we're all, I've got people around me who are feeding ideas, and we're all working hard to make this work for our community and bring out the best tools and things that we can. Nothing is always a given. So I don't want you to walk away saying, oh, I don't need to trade anymore because they're going to do it for me. You should certainly keep doing what you're doing, learning what you're learning, because there's nothing, it can't be taken away from you. If you know it and you know how to do it, you can do it anywhere.
Mhm.
So, and that should be your number one goal. But this is more to let you know that, hey, we're also doing a lot on the side, which we are hoping to just blow you all away in the coming months. Um, so
Okay.
yeah, I'm talking a lot of gibberish now. I'll just quickly, I'll take you through here. Oh, where am I now? My pipeline. So the way that we do this is sometimes winning trades will have certain features, or even buys will have certain features that make them winners, and
Mhm.
sells will have different features that make them winners. So when you backtest, I'm backtesting for longs, backtesting for shorts, and backtesting both ways, all separately. And then I'm taking snapshots for longs, shorts, and together to see what is making the winning trades. And so you take, and I'm testing across about 80 different symbols because you've got different brokers, different feeds, which all it affects the way that your system works.
Mhm.
So the way that it works is we take a strategy, we put it in, it takes the basic strategy and it backtests it across, depending on how many symbols will allow that strategy. But let's just say at least 62 symbols, it backtests it. Then it finds what sort of trends, what's the strategy good at. Then we take the good parts of that strategy and we apply this filtering method to it to optimize it, to get rid of the bad trades or to make the bad trades less bad.
Mhm.
And then now you can do this. It's called overfitting. If you use past market data and you optimize, I can make the best strategy based on past market data by keep adding in layers and layers and layers and finding the best perfect trades, and it'll be super profitable when you look into the past. But the moment that you try and trade it on future future markets never act exactly the same as the past. Sure, there's correlations and that sort of thing. You'll find that you've overfitted it for the past, and it's not going to be a good strategy. So the main actual goal for this is to come up with strategies that pass prop firms, because if it can pass a prop firm, it's going to be a good a strategy that's got longevity. Even for your own personal accounts. But passing prop firms also gives somebody with not a lot of capital to start off with to get in the door. And then prop firm cycling is something that there's a lot to learn on prop firm cycling math, and I'm Jen has I don't Jen has touched on that and worked. She's given me some ideas for that to build something for you guys on that too. But that's down the line. But so the pipeline, the way that it works, really, really, really basically. So essentially, it automatically comes up with ideas. I can also feed it ideas, and then it turns those ideas into strategies that can be back tested. And instead of just overfitting for past markets, what it does is it first of all it cross checks the strategy on my back testing engine. Then it cross checks it on TradingView, which has got its own, so it's a third party validation. Then it cross checks it on MT5 on a different broker feed to make sure that it's not just fit for one broker or one feed. You might be great on this gold feed, but not so good on that gold feed. So it cross checks that. Then it does what's called forward testing. So it's called a Monte Carlo simulation, and it takes a certain amount of data, back tested data for gold. It takes those markets, so that it takes the gold's market, so it stays true to the gold trends, but it swaps things around. So it takes maybe this month here, puts it over here, takes this month here, puts it there, this month here, and it does it 10,000 times. And then it retests your strategy to see whether it holds up on randomized markets. And that is the biggest thing to take into account is randomized markets. The market's never going to act exactly the same. And so
Mhm.
it's a 5 cross point check to confirm that a strategy is actually profitable. And there's even deeper steps to that. So like if you're back testing, what are you back testing? Are you back testing every single trade? Are you taking only longs, only shorts? Are you taking only New York session trades? Are you taking only Asian session trades? So it's a very, very, very complicated thing that I've been working on for about 3, 4 months now.
Mhm.
But it's getting to the stage now where I'm willing to share, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm excited about it. I don't have a time frame. I can't say exactly when we're going to be able to give this to you, because the deeper you go, the more you're like, oh crap, there's another problem and you got to fix it.
Is
Um,
this something that the community will be able to use, or they're going to get the data on?
well, the way that I see it initially is to create
You'll put an indicator.
separate indicator. That's the simplest way to initially release it.
Hmm.
So right now so some of the strategies that have come from this, I'm already live testing. I'm in a trade right now, and we're in profit. Yeah, yeah. And and so, but I think the first step will be we're going to take all of the EMAs, we're going to take the base strategies, and we're going to optimize the signals for buys and for sells for each time
Do you
frame.
want to just share? Because this is the other crazy part, guys, is he was talking about you can't just make this generic because gold reacts very differently than silver versus Bitcoin versus NAS versus US 30. So
Hmm.
when you put it through this, it is literally going to be so customizable that gold may only call out longs and it might be a 1 to 5, where on a sell on gold, it might only be a 1 to 1, or it may not even call sell. So it's going to be so specific to the time frame, the symbol, and take profit methods, and everything specific for that time frame, that symbol, that session. Like that's how insane this is.
Yeah. And I had like
Sorry,
a
did I
little
put you off
no,
track?
no, I've never I don't really just winging it, but
Was that part of your little thing or not?
yeah, I mean it's kind of pointless. I
Okay.
basically said everything.
Okay, well, you can stop
I
the
had
share.
I
We can
had
get them
Adam,
if they
my
want to
AI,
ask
make a little
question
slideshow which explains basically everything that
that
I
you just spoke about.
spoke about.
But fine.
Yeah.
We can stop the screen share if there's anything else you wanted to show, but I think that was it, right? And then if they've got any questions they want to ask, or so just hit stop share.
Guys,
Ooh,
who's
wow.
friggin' excited and mind blown? Imagine having an indicator that is the number one best trades to take for the exact symbol that you want to trade. You know exactly which ones to get into. Are you kidding me? I'm like, I
Yeah.
cannot wait for this to launch. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
It is coming, but you know how I am. I don't like to release
Yeah.
things unless it's tested properly. I
Yep.
don't want anybody to lose money. I want to
He's
help
a
you make
perfectionist.
money. And
He's a
so
perfectionist.
you just got to give me a little bit of time. But while I do that, you do you and keep learning and doing what you got to do because
Mhm.
it all comes together. A lot of trading, the system has become so simplified now, which is amazing. But the best traders actually work on intuition, I think. A bit of intuition that comes in from just having spent so much time in the markets.
Mhm.
And so I mean, you can't beat that. I see traders that we work with. I'm just like, how did he call that? And it's just from so much time doing the same thing. So yeah, I don't want to put a time frame on it, is what I'm saying. I just need to keep on going, and as soon as it's ready, it's going to be there for you guys.
Nicole was wondering, will this be for Forex trading as well, or just for futures?
Uh, it can be for both. Basically, because I'm testing it on like the 70 plus symbols is a mix of futures, forex,
Hmm.
crypto. So it's going to find specific strategies for specific symbols.
Hmm.
Um, and futures versus forex as well. So I want to take the best possible strategies that I can get out of it and just piece them together into an indicator. The indicator, like there's like sister symbols, like for example, you'll have gold, and then there's different brokers of gold or different variations of gold mini. If they track the same, then they generally can work on those symbols. So you'll end up with an indicator that can trade a wide range of symbols and be optimized for a wide range.
That's
Amazing.
so awesome. Just really quick back to the bot. Cassandra was asking, is there a limit as to how much we can use the bot?
Currently, no, but it is something that I have to monitor because it's money. It costs money for each conversation, and you can estimate, but then real life, who knows how often people are going to use it and that sort of thing. So right now, there's technically no limit on it. So initially, I think we're going to just release it to a very small group initially, just to tweak it that little bit more. And
Mhm.
a week or two from now, then we can release it out. And if we have to limit it, we may have to. But I guess we'll just see how we go.
That's the fine line when the membership price is so low.
Yeah.
We don't want to have to charge you guys. So it's just us figuring that out. But we're always going to try and add the value up the front end and then just see
Yeah.
what parameters we need to put on in the back end. Cool.
So good. This is all so awesome. Christian, thank you so much for sitting with us today, for making complicated things very simple so we can understand them, for helping us see the vision of what's coming. You are so awesome, and we all love and appreciate you. You can see in the chat, so many people were just saying thank you. We're so excited. We're so blessed to be here. So thank you so much for this.
Yeah. Well, I'm thankful to be a part of such an awesome crew. And so thank you for having me.
And
Oh, I love that. Somebody just said, humble genius, you are.
Yeah, no, just like Jimmy said, stubborn, really stubborn. That's really what it is. Yeah.
Hey, you've worked hard to get to this point. You get to enjoy it now and do what you love. And I think that's what's so awesome.
Yeah.
Life wasn't always like this. And we've worked hard and you've done a lot of risky things to get here. And now you get to do what you love, which is so cool. Yeah, go for it, Dr. Ty Watts.
Well, hello, Charlie.
Charlie to the angels.
Those angels are amazing. Okay, so a couple of questions that I had. First of all, your indicator is incredible. Thank you so very much.
Not
But
mine,
a
it's
couple of
theirs.
questions. I'm a new beginner, so these may be like you know, just beginner questions, but I'm gonna ask them anyway. Um, if the indicate, is it possible that the indicator could tell us what the trend of the day is? Because sometimes as a beginner, I find it kind of tricky figuring out where it's going. Is it still going that way or what? So is it, if something was able to be added, that would be great. If not, that's fine. My
See,
second one
yep.
was if the indicator can identify reversals for us. And again, I'm a beginner, so sometimes I get caught in like, are we still in the sale? Are we, did it change to that buy? So it would be cool if something was there. And then my
Yeah.
third one, and I'm done, um, is there a way where I could set the indicator where when my tags come up, that it is like the best probability of this going through versus like getting the tags and them going, getting the tags and them going. I just find for me, you
Yeah.
only got 8 tags a day. If they are the like, if these don't work, that's just not it. I would love to set my indicator there. Thank you.
Well, that just from my experience, I think with those things, one is there's a lot of different things that cause reversals, and it's hard to pinpoint it, and it'll be different on different symbols. Uh, with the new indicator, I'm basically focusing all my energy on a new indicator that I've spoken about, but I can explore some different ways. The trend thing, like to identify what the current trend is it's a difficult thing because it depends on what scope are you looking at, what level are you looking at down here. You're looking at, if you zoom out, the trend changes. If you zoom in, the trend changes. It depends on what level you're looking at. And I think the simplest way that I would recommend doing it is just how Amanda does it. You just look at the daily candle, because the daily has been a solid trading method for so many years now, and watching what the daily candle does, depending on, again, it depends on what time frame you're trading on, Dr. Ty. So if you're on really low time frames, it might not be as helpful. But I will see what I can do. All these ideas, I have a big to-do list. And if there's anything that I can do, especially during my back testing where I can identify things that might help in the current indicator, then I will do that.
Do you know what I was just thinking? It could even be cool if you do whatever time frame you're on. Maybe what it does is it takes the next 3 or 4 time frames above it and tells you whether they are in an uptrend or a downtrend or a consolidation. So then
time frame.
yeah.
view. Yeah. Remember, what was that indicator? It's one that did that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
We
anyway.
could even, put a post in school and just say, give us your things that you feel would be helpful.
Yeah, that's a great
In
idea.
And
yeah.
we even spoke about this, and I think this is what makes our community so awesome is you women are incredible. Like you guys are geniuses. You spend so much time in the charts that that's not taken for granted, I'm sure, in your accounts, but even as a collaboration. So even in the future, we were talking about maybe even having that back testing engine. Now, I might be talking too much right now. Maybe I shouldn't even say this. I don't know if it's going to come into fruition, what is going to happen, but be cool if you guys can even run different strategies through it, test it, some things, almost like a big collaboration of women traders, just testing out things. I see you all being like, I've tested this out. I want to try that out. What do you think about this? You guys are back testing stuff all the time.
That's all good. Christian will do it,
I've spoken to you about this. Don't act surprised.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, this is just us just processing. This is how we roll. But anyway.
Yeah. But thank you for that. And I think that, Jen, that's an awesome idea. Just doing a post because we can just take those and we can put them on a to-do list and we can rank them and try and work our way through them as,
Christian,
awesome.
Us women, we are always bloody manifesting and creating. And so we're like, hey, we should do this. And he's like, have you seen my to-do list that you guys have already given
how many tabs I have open?
Working on 50 different projects
I literally yesterday came to Gemma and I was like, it'd be cool if Christian could do this. She's like, remind me to ask him tomorrow. He has 50 tabs open right now. I'm like,
yeah, but if you guys can make that post and
it's cool.
We can talk about these ideas, but then I'll forget about it.
Sam's like, I got it.
Yeah. You can give it to Adam. He'll remind you.
Yeah. Oh, and also, Corinne, yes, I've added the 30 EMA as well.
Yay! Thank you. 30-minute EMA, ladies. Somebody asked for that yesterday, and here he is.
Yeah.
With it. Heck yeah.
So that'll be updated in now when we launch the new one for you guys. Okay, that was a lot.
Yeah.
So amazing. Wow. I'm so grateful. Christian, thank you for everything that you're doing for us and the community. And we're just so grateful and honored that
call is this one. I'm pretty sure next time we say Christian's coming on, everybody's gonna be here.
Well, I just, for me, it's not until it provides results that
the logic.
I don't thank me yet. It's got to prove itself first. So, but I'm working hard to make that happen. Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you, everybody, so much for showing up with us, asking great questions, and being just so supportive of everything that we're building out. We're so excited, and we just can't wait to see your massive success in the future. And I hope you have enjoyed this first roundtable series. The next one will be in September. Is that when? No.
I think so. Sam will make a post.
Yeah. Anyways, it's quarterly. So whatever quarter this is, it's the next one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series. We love you all so much, and we'll see you in the charts, and we'll see you on our next call. Thanks, everybody. Bye.